Lights, camera, action.
In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film.
Cut.
That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It, We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening, I thank you for doing so. I am Kevin Mumphrey, and this is It, We Will Fix It in Post. I am here with my colleagues Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Carson Hype Ferguson.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing today?
You know, it's another day.
You know.
Y'all look so
Hey,
happy.
we're
I'm playing. I'm good.
Just to note the audience, we are coming up on a very important day for ourselves. We ain't gonna note it yet. We ain't gonna say it yet. Okay.
I am having amnesia.
Good.
But okay.
That sounds grown. But I'm just saying, y'all all look nice and happy. So now I'm going to give y'all some bad news.
Oh man, here we go.
Everyone's ready?
Absolutely not. But go ahead anyway.
I'm ready for bad news.
That's good for me. So there's a looming issue that is happening in the film world that the average film and television lover may not be aware of. A lot of shows that you may watch and love may have to shut down production due to a worker strike. Now, a year after COVID-19 pandemic shut down the entertainment industry worldwide, studios are now churning out content at a rapid pace. Workers are in high demand. So with all that being said, the last thing Hollywood producers want is another shutdown. But by the time you're listening to this, the International Association of Theatrical Stage Employees will have held a vote on whether to authorize a strike that will once again shut down the entertainment industry. The vote is expected to pass by an overwhelmingly margin, giving the International's president the power to call over 60,000 workers off their jobs. Most observers don't expect the strike to happen, which would be the first in this union's history and the largest overall union walkout since World War II. But it now is becoming a real possibility. Now, I'm sure you all are wondering, how the hell did we get to this point? Well, the Alliance of Motion Pictures and Television Producers and IATSE, the International Alliance of Theater Stage Employees, currently operate under 3 union agreements, which has expired recently after negotiations has hit an impasse. The workers are campaigning for a longer turnaround between production days and improvement on meals and rest periods. They're also looking to end the lower pay scale for small streaming services, including Apple TV and Paramount Plus. Under an agreement that was reached in 2009, services with fewer than 20 million subscribers can pay a lower wage to crews. This was intended to help the growth of the streaming industry, but now, who doesn't have a streaming service? So it's clearly established. So they don't believe that discounted rate is no longer needed. The unions also want streamers to pay more residuals into the pension and health plans, which are funded out of residual payments from studios, but those residuals have fallen off as of lately as the industry shifts into a more streaming. The most grievous problems highlighted by the unions included excessive, unsafe, and harmful working hours, unlivable wages, and consistent failure to provide reasonable rest periods during meals, breaks, and between work days. Now, let me be clear, just because the union has given authorization for a strike doesn't mean one will happen. This still could be all be resolved, and a strike hopefully won't happen. But the ideal is to show that the union strike is not just a threat, but is a real possibility, adding to the union's leverage. The two sides will likely engage in further talks. Ultimately, the union will have to decide if they have to extract enough concessions to make a credible case to the union members to ratify a new contract. If not, the union president could order a strike. There would be no second vote. The authorization is the only vote that he needs. Now, I'm sure you all are wondering, if a strike happens, does all the entertainment industry get shut down? And the answer to that is, well, almost everything. There are 3 contracts that govern most of the entertainment industry: the Basic Agreement, the Area Standards Agreement, and the Videotape Agreement. The The basic agreement applies to the 13 West Coast chapters of the IATSE, which represents about 47,000 workers. The Area Standards Agreement covers about 15 to 20,000 workers at 23 chapters around the country, including production hubs such as Georgia, Louisiana, and New Mexico. The Videotape Agreement covers certain TV shows like live talk shows, reality shows, game shows, things of that nature. The Basic Agreement and the Area Standards Agreement has expired on September 10th. The Videotape Agreement had expired a few days ago. Altogether, those contracts cover most of the film and television production across the country. And if a strike is called, all work covered under those contracts would cease. Now, there is an exception. There are some productions that are not covered under those three agreements. For example, are productions that are still under the active theatrical low-budget agreement for movies under $15 million. And the premium cable agreement for original shows made by HBO, Showtime, Stars, things of that nature, those cable channels. They have side agreements from other places that covers commercials and parts of the country that owns their own regional agreements, most notable New York City. So, think that I've explained all of that. Think you have an understanding what's going on?
No. That was a lot.
English, please.
Layman's term.
So, and about which could possibly, so right now, they're voting with all the union members to say, are you okay with their having a strike if these negotiations doesn't go as well? More than likely, they're going to agree with it because work conditions in these certain sets are pretty heinous. So
well, that makes it better for me then. That means somebody gonna pay attention to the indie people a little bit more better.
that was one thing I was wanting to ask you. Now, do you think these productions are going to lean more into, let's say, the indie route, but not necessarily indie, but the more right to work states?
Well, I mean, if it costs more to produce or whatever, I think more people are gonna go with the cheaper production. Because if VA over here is the independent producer, then she's the more attractive because it's already done. All you gotta do is package it up, market it, or whatever.
Right.
Cool. So now they already have things like Atlanta has at minimum 50 productions so far. So if there's a strike, you've got to pretty much uproot what you've already done. And I said, if it's setting in Atlanta, so you got to reset it, have a new setting, or if you're going to find a setting that's fitting to your project, you may have to completely restart it. Then you got to find a new, so you're basically going back to square one. So wouldn't that be more expensive?
Yeah. I mean, but I guess
it depends though.
I guess production insurance would cover some of that, maybe.
Right, but it also depends. Like even if you have to uproot it and do it somewhere else, if they go on a strike and you have to do, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna find somebody cheaper who's gonna do it. You ain't got to throw a lot at me for me to do a production for you if you big time. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. So I'm gonna do it for a cheaper budget.
Okay.
So, and then it might be better because, you do it first, but you do it the second time, and it might turn out better than it did the first time.
Now, right now, who would you in this situation would believe would have more leverage?
I mean, the independent. Like, if they go on strike tomorrow, you think TV is not going to shut down because they're on strike. What they're going to do is they're going to go out to these independent people and they're going to purchase what they already have or give them money to do a production. And you think they're not going to take that money?
Now, they're going to, because let's say, like I said, the TV shows, anything live, because you got to transition. So that's going to shut down. Something like a soap opera, like during the pandemic, they are usually so far ahead.
Yeah.
Because I think when the pandemic happened, I said things shut down like around March, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And them soap operas was running until June.
Yeah, because they had that many in the can.
They have, like, I knew there was a hit. I didn't realize how far ahead they were. But that's just like a soap opera. Certain shows that are already done, like Issa Rae's last season, stuff like that is probably fine. But if you're like in the process of shooting something or like films and stuff like that, that is halted.
Yeah.
And thing with some indies, some of those crews are also on those some of these chapters.
Yeah, but everybody doing a film. Everybody producing a film today. The rappers are doing it now.
Now,
Shout out to Lil Boosie.
Little Boosie. Little Boosie.
so she saw it. I'll shout out to Boosie, but I got to find some other stuff to watch.
Hey, he brought up. He said if you don't support him and you stealing this stuff,
He said
MLK will
Dr.
be mad.
Martin Luther King Jr. will be upset.
Himself.
I think he meant Dr. Umar. It's the wrong doctor.
Oh, speaking of which, he challenged Mike Tyson this week.
Boosie?
No, Dr. Umar.
To what?
To a charity boxing rounds. He said I can get 5 rounds in. Then he started shadow boxing
With Mike Tyson.
and he said I can get 5 rounds in. He's like I can survive 5 rounds.
With Mike
I
Tyson.
could probably get a couple shots in. Dr. Umar.
With Mike Tyson.
He said Philly, you behind me?
Did y'all see the video of Mike Tyson? Like, what was that fight that he just recently did?
You mean Roy Jones Jr.?
Right. So y'all saw that training video that he did training for that fight.
Yeah. Like he looked sharp.
And he's saying that he's gonna go up
He
against
looked sharp.
that Mike Tyson.
I'm like, yo, even half of even a quarter of Mike Tyson, professional athlete. I'm sorry, Dr. Umar. as conscious as you are, like, no, if he's serious, you're not lasting. I'm like, you remember the episode of they had like a joint where Roy Jones Jr. was doing something. It was like on Fox, and like he hit this dude with a body shot, and he did not put anything on that. And the dude was talking crazy, and he was like, "All right, I got you." I'm like, these people can turn it on and turn it off when they want to, just like the Malice at the Palace.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't fight with professional athletes. You're an idiot. I'm sorry. All right, that's my rant.
No, sorry. You said how conscious he was. Like, oh, he's going to be unconscious within 30 seconds of that fight.
Yeah, like no, absolutely not.
I want to see it.
If he's serious about putting you down, you don't have the acumen to avoid all his punches, even if you block something. You've never experienced, and he's talking about, oh, Floyd Mayweather, Bernard Hopkins, you can train me, and I'll go 5 rounds with Floyd.
We talking about the man who took a nap before he went out and fight and won his fight.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, when that one political commentator was saying the stuff about Joe Rogan this week too, talking about he would destroy Joe Rogan because he's bigger, because he's been fighting all his life. And I'm like, dog, this dude is like taekwondo, black belt, train MMA.
Doesn't he do jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, he does. He does all that
say it.
stuff. He does all that stuff. Way better shape than you, dude. You need to lose some weight before you can even.
That's not going to help him not get beat up.
No, but I'm like, I
he'll
don't
just look better on the ground.
Yo, I don't understand why people. Okay, like, yo, I understand you feel a certain type of way because you got the juice because you've been in public eye, but
and you get a
gonna
maybe
get the juice
irrational
knocked out of
confidence.
him.
yes, because I feel like my personality is this big. He's like, oh, I'm bigger than Joe Rogan. I would destroy Joe Rogan. I would end him. And I was like,
Are you sure he was talking about anything physical?
yes. And it all started because he got baited in on Twitter. And I'm like,
man, yeah, that's
Back
what it
to the
went.
strike.
That's that you
yeah.
went to
That was the strike right there. I was like, yeah, you gonna get hit in your mouth.
So now part of why this is starting to gain kind of leverage. A union member was on the set, made a page called the just IA stories, where people who work in film sets, they would give like anonymous accounts of things that
Going down.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Does it have the same thing to do with Ellen DeGeneres and that whole situation?
Could have been.
Man.
Could have been, because their set members on that show are part of the union. So yes, it could have been part of it. But like, I don't have, as one story I remember that the guy said that somebody had a medical situation. They passed out. They brought the ambulance can, but they kept filming. And
What, a set member?
yeah.
I mean, Were they part of the production right then?
No. He was in the, like I said, they were in the production, and I guess he just like he passed out, or like something was wrong, and he basically went unconscious. So, but it was bad enough to where they called the ambulance. The ambulance comes. Director tells the ambulance, "Could y'all please be quiet on set?"
I was thinking it was gonna be like one of the football next man up. We're filming. All right, stop. Okay, all right, now let's take care of this dude. That's what I was thinking.
No. They were still filming.
Egregious.
Another story. This guy was saying like, she turned down. It was like a year contract for a production and a 4-month contract, and she said she turned down the year contract because it's like I can handle being more miserable. I can handle being miserable for 4 months. I'm not going to be miserable for a year.
So they treat them. That's why I can't. Me personally, I have nothing against them who do it, but I cannot be like an assistant to these people that's gonna treat you like shit.
It's not even just assistants. It's like people on cameramen, grip people, wardrobe people. Almost. I mean, the PAs probably get it the worst.
Right. Those are still assistants, though.
And then they don't really have days off. They can't even eat on set, apparently. Some of these sets, they can't even eat on sets.
Well, is that due to COVID or what?
No, they're trying to churn this stuff out.
Okay, so they don't want anybody close. I mean, but craft services normally like on big production set is a little bit further away from the main set.
Now,
anyway.
And I think that you'll see that the craft service are more of like the on major networks like the ABC, because they have an understanding. It's usually streaming services that do their own content, apparently. And the streaming, they've gotten probably at their peak within the last 5 years.
So it's not the major networks, it's mostly the streaming services that have this problem.
Yeah, but most of the majors have like Paramount has a streaming service now.
Right, yeah. But I'm saying you get what I'm saying though.
Yeah, well, my whole thing is they're probably just cutting costs like crazy left and right because it takes so much to get to profit. So they're probably operating at a loss right now because it takes so much to get it up.
I don't know if this is still the case, but I've heard that, and I could be wrong, but last I heard that Netflix has always been in the red. It never made profit because their spending is always.
I don't know about that.
Because
I don't know about that. That's probably some accounting trick.
Maybe, but like just like which is the royalties for the show Friends. That was apparently $100 million. Just for that, and then with one of their projects,
they got Seinfeld on there too.
Right,
man.
Seinfeld is on.
Yeah, I've been seeing
Netflix.
Commercials. I've been seeing YouTube commercials on Seinfeld,
and I guarantee Seinfeld is worth more than Friends.
As far as what they're going to pay for royalty, I mean, what
Seinfeld is worth more than Friends. That is a whole different. I'm trying to tell you.
No, I'm telling you, there's royalties to pay because the actors were getting what I know in the millions per episode.
Yeah, they still get paid off of that.
Oh yeah, Jerry Seinfeld doesn't look like he hasn't worried about anything.
Oh no, man!
In a rather long time.
That man got a Porsche in downtown New York City, a garage full of Porsches. I'm like, you in Manhattan and you got a garage 1, and you got it full of Porsches 2.
That may be the most expensive thing I've ever heard you say.
That's crazy, man. I don't know, man. I be talking about all kinds of stuff, man.
It's like garage of cars. Yeah, you do,
man.
But I lost my train of thought there for a second. But yeah, so even that's probably going to run well into the hundreds of millions just to pay out the royalties, and they're probably only going to use it for like a year. So there's plenty.
It's going to be there for a while though.
I don't know.
But it had to be another issue why they took Friends down, because like I said.
Oh well, I was that, and I think because NBC has its own thing, and I think they wanted to kind of like the Marvel situation.
Yeah,
I think it was something like that. But like their own independent productions, $100 million for those. I can't even think of the name of these shows now. But it's like each one of them is like in the hundreds of millions. Like they churn money into them. Now they were doing it just to get I mean, it's just cheaper to have your own stuff. That
Or you can buy it, just like what's that one that just came out that everybody's looking at? Squid Game.
Squid Game.
They bought that.
now, yeah, they do that too. No, I mean, you're not gonna buy Friends. I mean, so
Yeah,
well, it's old,
but you don't want to buy Friends.
right? You
Yeah.
don't want to buy. You don't want to buy Friends.
Too expensive.
Not even that.
You just
It's
license
just it's old. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but it still works.
I mean, it gets
Butter still
I'm not a
churns.
Friends person. Okay,
it gets
I
some.
watch Seinfeld before I watch Friends.
It gets
okay?
some. And
So-
I watch Frasier before I watch all of them.
That we won't be buying Frasier, even though I'm not surprised you said that.
Kelsey
What?
Grammer, the creator of Girlfriends,
Yeah, I
and,
like
and,
when
and
he,
several UPN store.
I like when
shows.
he creates stuff. I don't like watching him in anything.
Wait,
A
you
lot of
wait, hold
people
on,
like
hold on. You never seen Boss?
No,
Oh, he was an evil mayor of Chicago that had a terminal disease, and he played that to the T. And he had these fits. Man,
Boss
that
was a
man
good
is an
movie, though.
amazing actor.
It was a good
How
movie.
dare- how
I'm
dare-
sure.
how dare you,
I'm not
sir?
saying he's not a bad actor. He's
How
a great
dare
actor.
you, sir?
I just don't really watch stuff that he's in.
Sir, how dare you?
Everything that he creates, I tend to watch.
I'm living single. Okay, I'm a living single fan over here. Okay,
You gonna have me turn up?
okay. So
Now, I'm more.
we can
Yeah.
have them shows, but if I got to pick, I'm gonna pick living single. All right.
But then now, living single may be a little. No, it may be because you can always get that people to watch that one, just like Martin and Fresh Prince. Even that may be rather expensive to just buy outright.
Living single's not gonna be that expensive to buy though.
Yeah, I still don't think you buy it. I think you license it, but you probably can't license those because they probably have like a limited license with one of the other networks.
They might, you
know
know.
what I'm saying? They're like, I mean, because that's what you do. They do it in video games all the time, whatever. That's where I first understood the whole licensing thing. So they'll have like a franchise that only be available for whatever. So it'll draw people to the platform or the system.
Like I think the only way that they could buy them shows if like what the network that it came from is like, you know, going down and they need some money. So we gonna buy
like
this
the
show
entire
off of
network would
right.
have to.
So you will, you know, sell the show to you to get us out the red type deal. That's the only way I think that they're gonna at least
I would think in
try
a
to buy
situation
something.
like that, like you got to buy. If someone was going to like buy, you would buy the network and everything with it.
Not necessarily. Like if you might not want everything that's on that network though.
If you're trying to sell, I'm trying to sell all this. I'm trying to get it all out the way.
Yeah, but if your network is not doing well, but you need a certain amount, you might sell a show. You ain't gonna sell your whole network.
I was saying like the whole. Okay, I'm thinking worst case scenario, but I see what you're saying.
Nah, I'm you know, they go bankrupt or something like that. But we need that amount of money to get out of red. They might sell some shows.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, the money of this industry. So now
Goals.
Man, you gotta have a worthy buyer though first.
Yeah.
I mean, even on the licensing part, you gotta have somebody willing to do that.
Now, I mean, the industry already been through one strike, and it seems to be kind of fading back. Do you think it can handle another one?
I think that's like kiss of death right there. I mean, that's it. I mean, it is. I mean, because already to get to the person or whatever, the movie theaters and took a bath
Yeah,
for a while. And if you do that,
I don't think
It's
have
over.
y'all been to a theater this year?
yeah, once I saw Black Widow because a friend wanted to watch it, and I was like, all right, whatever.
I don't like people like that, so I stopped going.
No.
I ain't got time for people sitting next to me.
The trick is to
or
go to the
just-
matinee.
Listen, I used to go back in college. I used to go to the movies within the daytime. Like I would literally have one class in the morning. I have a big gap, and then I go to the movies. But now I don't have time for all that. My life is too busy for me to do that.
Like I've only gone once this year, and I thought that was just me, but I feel like a lot of people may have gone. Like Fast and Furious got me to the theaters.
This year,
Yeah.
you went to go see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I enjoy the ridiculous.
Listen, okay, I just said
I remember when he told me about it. I was like, and they did what?
Yeah, you would say that a lot. It's one of those kind of movies.
What?
No, there's a couple of movies that I do want to go see in theaters.
They're gonna be horror, right?
No.
Venom is one I want to go see. I'll go see that in the theaters. No, that's it.
Just Venom.
Yep.
So that's
I'm
basically
a Venom fan though.
so that's basically one movie. So imagine like everybody's like, well, I've probably been there once a year. So that's a bludgeon for us. The movie and we gotten used to watching movies at home now.
Yeah, but it's something about that surround sound but it depends on what kind of movie you go see. You know what I'm saying? So it's something about the surround sound when you go in the theater and you look at that stuff. It ain't gonna be better at the house if you ain't got the surround sound at the house.
Nah, I feel you on it. And it's like it's only a certain movie that's probably gonna make you want to go out and see it in that setting with that surround sound and everything. And that's gonna be like how much it takes to make Venom?
A lot.
And when it comes to Fast and Furious, let me just tell you, it looks like a movie you just take money and throw it.
I believe it. That's what they doing now. They throwing money at Fast and Furious.
It literally looks like
what
Peyton
number is
Manning has a 9. I lost count.
It's gonna be like Grey's Anatomy.
I think it's 8. Or it might be 9.
No, it's F9. Yeah, okay, it's 9.
Yeah, F9.
And they got 9.
F.
But it literally, and I enjoy this for some reason. It looks like they just put money into a football and just told Peyton Manning to throw it wherever you want to throw it. And that's just like we're gonna do what? We're going to put people in space. Let's just do that. We've got money. Just throw it. Just throw the money. Throw the money in space. Make it rain in space. That's what it looks like.
Oh, the next one gonna be in space.
Oh no, I think dinosaurs is in the next one. We've already did space. Can't do it twice. So now they have to fight dinosaurs now. Dinosaurs or like some alien invaders.
They ain't done aliens yet, right?
No.
I mean, just merge the franchises. Just add Optimus Prime up in there. I mean, we doing ridiculous stuff anyway, right?
It's not above possibility. And for some reason, I know it's ridiculous, and I love it.
I mean, we've seen Tyrese and Mark Wahlberg on screen together. Actually, no, we haven't. That's that Josh Duhamel dude, Fergie's husband.
No, brothers.
Transformers. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. That's been a while ago. Man, I forgot about that movie.
So they have been on screen together.
Yeah. Like didn't he sucker punch him?
I can't remember.
A lot of life has happened. But the point I was getting at, like, it's going to take really expensive movies, a lot of effects. Those type of movies going to get people in theaters.
It depends on the person. Now, I'm still a romantic though, so I'll go in the theater and go watch some.
So you'll go. So you said Venom. So I said if I pick one for you to go see it at the theater, a romance or Venom, because I can't think of just a good romantic movie that's coming out or has been out.
There's not. But
yeah, but there's not gonna be there's not gonna be a rom-com to put butts in seats like that. And then you can make a whole lot more money doing an independent rom-com, with a much smaller budget, and then just make boatloads of money just releasing it to whatever service, and then going streaming services for the rights after you get your initial money.
And I can watch that at home.
Yes.
Like, I'm just as comfortable watching a rom-com and laughing at home. Maybe I've got an awkward laugh. Maybe I don't want people to hear it. I'll do it at my house.
But okay, so say you
maybe
got a
you're
date.
a dude. Maybe
Say
you're a
say you
dude
got a
and you
date.
just wanted to watch
Bingo.
it.
Maybe I don't want girls knowing that I watch rom-coms.
That makes you more sensitive. That makes you more
I can be
attractive when you do
sensitive.
that.
No.
I can be sensitive at home.
No.
What you mean?
Women don't want a more sensitive man.
They sit there and watch a movie?
They say that. Yeah, they want you to abstain while you're watching it. They want you to be like my insides hurt. I'm like,
really?
So you want some popcorn? I need to get up.
If you
Like, you gotta squirm.
Like, you just can't dive into sensitivity. You gotta fight it a little bit. kind of.
Okay, the only thing you're gonna say is, okay, I don't want to go see it. Then she gonna say, well, let's go see it anyways. That's your fighting right there. And then that's it. Y'all just go see it.
I got a little bit.
That's not enough fighting. That's not enough fighting.
Yeah,
y'all are toxic.
That's not enough. I've been called toxic before.
I agree, but I got to do a little bit more fighting than that.
And it doesn't hurt my feelings
at all.
Because as long as I get my way,
like I gotta fight harder than that.
Anyways, what else is in your notes? Okay.
I forgot my no. So the point I was going to make. So you remember when the writers had the strike, which was about 10 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And I believe the emergence of reality television
skyrocketed. Shout out to South Beach Toe and Bernice.
What?
Yeah. Listen.
Is that an album coming out?
Nah. She ripped that door off. I know you posted that. She ripped that door off, and I was like, "This is outlandish." And I've seen it before.
But I'm saying,
but you don't watch rom-coms.
No, I've seen a couple rom-coms. Like I don't go out and seek it out and be like, "Oh man, this is be great." I mean, I can't wait. It's like Christmas. Nah.
Speaking of Christmas, guess who's gonna be in a Christmas movie?
Oh, look at you, man, getting your Hallmark on.
I'm completely Hallmark. Okay,
it is, but I'm an extra. You gonna see me for like 2
seconds.
But
he in one though.
It's cool.
He is in one. I can't wait till it come out.
I can't wait.
I really hope.
I can't wait till the day afterwards. So I
freeze frame it. And I'm going to take a picture of it. I'm going to be all on social media shouting out my homeboy. He was in a Hallmark movie.
And I'm going to block you.
Because this Christmas will be a very special.
That's a reason I have never brought that up. It happened. I moved on with my life.
Oh, man, come on, man. It's not like you did one of those Vin Diesel movies.
I would much rather do a Vin Diesel
movie. No.
I don't. Like, it was a fine experience and everything. I just don't like Christmas movies. It's just always kind of like Christmas albums to me. They just feel corny.
Wait a minute, the Temptations was the best album.
That's the Temptations. They are the exceptions.
Okay, what
Cameron did it.
Wait, what about this Christmas? What about this Christmas?
Who's singing it?
No. I'm saying the movie This Christmas. You remember Regina King?
Oh,
she whipped her husband with the belt on the floor. She put the baby oil on the floor.
Oh my god!
Whipped him.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
That was a good Christmas movie.
There's nothing wrong with Christmas movies.
It had the spirit of Christmas.
It didn't have that. Was
okay.
No.
I'm talking about a traditional Christmas movie.
Traditional, like the one with Ralph. He got his tongue stuck to the flagpole.
No.
Santa Claus stepped on his face. That's the spirit of Christmas.
This is tradition.
You don't remember that? He wanted a BB gun. Yeah, the kid with the glasses, Ralph.
I know what you're talking about. Kevin don't know what you're talking about. Kevin grew up in the hood. You think he watched that movie when he was growing up?
That movie played on TBS left and right.
Okay, Kevin, did you watch TBS?
I didn't have TBS.
You didn't have the first 13 channels?
No.
Oh, my bad. Bro. Hey, my man right. Look, my man right here was very. Actually, I don't know what to say now.
You ain't got nothing to say.
I'm just gonna stare up at the ceiling.
You have nothing to say. I could have answered that question for Kevin.
We say know who knows me better.
Look at these tiles, man.
I went to see cable. I went to my grandma's house. Like I didn't really.
And how many times were you at your grandma's house?
Oh, my grandmother's walking distance every weekend.
Oh, okay.
But we weren't looking at. We went there to MTV, BET, the stuff that would be kind of squirgling out that you couldn't really watch after 10 o'clock.
Oh, those channels.
Yeah. So every now and then, it would fly on there sometimes.
At the one, the lines would come together a little bit more.
Yes, they do. But that's
anyway, shout out to Bernice in South Beach Toe.
That sounds like it. I don't even want to know anymore. But
okay, go to YouTube.
Oh, good
and
Lord.
You gotta watch South Beach Toe, okay? And I'm trying to tell you, like Bernice she ain't from Memphis, but the way she be checking people, it's like she one of your homegirls from the hood.
This
she be checking people like the funniest thing to me. Let's just take it back for 1 second, since we're talking about reality. The funniest thing to me, they pulled up on these people doing a photo shoot on the beach, and it was these big women. And they were BBWs, and the first thing that she says out of her mouth is, "They better get their big asses off this car before I tow their ass away." And I just laughed so hard because That's some shit that I would have said. It is funny.
That
Anyways, go
it
back to
sounds
your
like you
notes.
were when you've been on YouTube, like, man, how did I get here?
I don't ever do that.
That's okay. I guess it's just me. That's what the sound.
No. Like, cause like I get down that rabbit hole so much that I'm like, I don't ever be like, oh, I just be like, man, I wasted so much time. I just forego to how did I get here.
I used to watch this show though, back when reality TV was a thing, like big booming. Like,
I mean, it still makes money.
VH1, what was that? MTV. They just went completely crazy with the reality TV. True TV, they went crazy.
True TV actually had like a lot of court stuff, so I don't know. And then I think didn't they buy like the rights to a bunch of those court shows? Like
Yes.
Judge Judy and all that stuff.
I don't think Judge Judy's one.
Was she gonna be back and she gonna be online? And it's not Judge Judy anymore. It's like Judy Court or something like that.
Judy Court.
Yeah, because the other people probably own the rights to Judge Judy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like Judy Court. She got makeup on. I'm like, damn.
She always had makeup though.
It's funny.
Lighter. Like, I mean, it's a little bit heavier.
It's packed on there.
I was like, damn, they got Judy looking like Braun. I'm like, what's going on? What's up, Judge? Because she be making some money.
It's funny you mentioned Judy.
Lot.
Yeah, she was like one of the higher paid.
That show
judges.
y'all talking about? Judy?
She was like number 2.
That's part of the strike too.
Judge Judy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So everything in Atlanta. So that means
Oh,
All
all
of
the
Atlanta.
judge shows.
Well, I don't.
Atlanta, pretty
don't know
much.
where Judge Judy's-
LA is completely that. LA would be shut down if the
I
strike
don't know where
happened.
Judge Judy's filmed at.
I believe in Georgia
this
now.
this one might be filmed in Georgia.
I think this one's in Georgia.
Okay, all right.
Not the previous one.
I mean, okay, all right. I guess she
But-
she can practice in Georgia then, or whatever. Because I think
Is she
don't
still
you-
practicing?
Well, don't you have to have a license or whatever to be a judge?
Not a TV judge.
No, no.
No. Like
An
Judge
actual
Joe Brown actually he had LA because he started out there, and he had like Memphis, and I want to say he had someplace else.
Right, but they're giving everybody
Like,
these
so
TV shows.
the sentences actually mattered. I think Judge Judy actually cares enough to where the sentence wouldn't matter. So she would go
she's
through
a
all
real
the-
judge though.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, if you look at, I'm talking about all these judge shows.
Judge Mathis is a real judge.
Yeah, but those are the main ones you talking about. I'm talking about these. There's a whole bunch of judge shows.
No, I know Judge Janine from the People's Court. She's a real judge.
Those are the main ones.
What's that?
It's a whole bunch of them.
The Puerto Rican chick too. From actually nah, Janine is that's another one. The Puerto Rican chick from the People's Court. Now I can't remember her name, but she's a real judge. But they're out of New York. I guess that's why it's the People's Court.
Yeah, but anything out of L.A., Georgia, Louisiana, which I mean, I knew there was a lot of filming going on, but I didn't realize it became a film hub.
There's some I got some people I know who live in Shreveport, and they're like, yeah, they're filming a lot of stuff down here. You should come out here.
It's because of them tax credits.
Absolutely, that's why we're kind of growing here in Tennessee as well. But those would be pretty much shut down.
Well, but theirs are different than ours. So like, they actually have subsidies versus like credits. Credits is like, yo, you spend so much money, or like basically like rebates, like here. So you don't like give people money to come and do the thing, and then when that money's not given anymore, they don't do the thing no more. So now you get a rebate. If you spend so much, you get X amount of dollars back. But it's not like them joints you used to get in the mail, where you like mail it off with like 3 UPCs, you never get anything back.
Yeah, I don't think you can do an industry like that.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, man, I'm bearing my soul right now.
I see. But, oh, no, this is what I was going to ask. So, like I said, when I was mentioning the
I'm
writer's
just
strike,
here to listen.
I need you to talk to.
Like VA don't like it when daddy and mommy fight.
What?
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Please say what you were going to say. Please.
Because ain't nobody's mommy up in here.
Because I'm trying to figure out who the
And ain't
dad
nobody's
is.
daddy either. So,
I'm sorry.
I am an uncle, and that is it. But no, so
Kevin
we
got kids coming in existence.
we'll be editing that out.
Hey, all you gotta do is manifest, Kevin.
Hey, man.
Manifest for your 2022.
There are things I'm manifesting.
Let him finish his notes.
Children
please.
are not that. But what I wanted to ask you all was, what do you, like I said, the reality TV boom kind of manifested from the writer's strike.
Right.
What do you think could kind of manifest from this one?
Some more. Well, it's different because you need people to do reality shows. You need the crew.
Honestly, that's probably more important for a reality show.
Yeah. You need the producers for a reality show. So I think it's going to be more of them buying stuff that's already done. You get what I'm saying?
And Lord,
I'm talking about TV shows that are already done that are streaming on YouTube. I'm talking about everything that's in indie.
So like productions that are like people may like shoot some like a little mini series that's on YouTube and they go, oh, we'll just buy it.
Right.
Interesting.
Or I mean, it happens all the time. Like Always Sunny in Philadelphia started out as a YouTube series. There's another one that's not as big or whatever. It was like about a bunch of, I think it was called Workshop, and it's older. It's actually one of the first streaming series to be put on to be ported off of YouTube and actually put on a streaming service like real early. I think it was like on Hulu for a while.
Which would up the value of, I mean, if this actually happened, this would kind of really up the value of YouTube.
No, I mean, but people have been getting taken off of YouTube anyway. I mean, Saw was a YouTube short. Well, yeah. And then like, look at that franchise. I mean, you print money at this time.
I think that those are like those occasional things. If, like I said, if Victoria's premise comes to pass, they're gonna. It's like a whole sale looking for. They're just gonna be diving in YouTube looking for stuff.
There's people right now that are doing that, but I mean, how many are actually worthy of that though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a lot of stuff not worthy. You ever look on Netflix and see them rinky-dink movies that they be putting on there?
Oh yeah, but even some of those rinky-dink movies got an audience.
Yeah.
So I mean, like look at some of these influencers.
But now worthiness kind of changes depending on how desperate you are for content.
Well, I mean, if you already have a built-in audience, you can put some boo-boo up there and people will watch it.
And you'll air because you need the viewers.
Mm-hmm. And it's
cheap.
It's cheap.
Which kind of grew the so not social media, but reality TV boom. It's cheap to do, and you kind of take advantage of people's vanity of wanting to be famous and have a camera in their face.
Watch you see Amazon Studios do a bunch more like kind of reality TVs type shows.
Amazon? I mean, do they do reality?
They have a couple joints, but I think they're gonna make. I mean, because they're gonna circumvent the system. That's just how they do it, and they're gonna figure out a way to kind of get some cheap content, and then they're not gonna have to worry about it, but they are, because I don't think that that Lord of the Rings deal is gonna do so well.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, they're doing like a Lord of the Rings series, but they're not. It's weird. Like some of the fan stuff that I've seen or whatever that are like super into like a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. I don't think they're gonna hold true to the lore, and they're gonna do like a lot of ports. They're gonna piss off a lot of the fans. So I don't see that getting heavy support.
That's crazy. It feels a little soon to me, but
soon.
You
know when the last movie was?
A long time ago.
Yeah,
that couldn't have been that long. Like,
but I'm not talking about the Hobbit. I'm talking about the Lord of the Rings stuff. Like the Hobbit's like a spinoff. It's like
okay.
It's like a prequel, right?
I thought that was part of it.
I mean, it's in the same universe, but it happened before the 3 movies.
Okay, because I thought it was like with those movies. So okay, but when I say like a remake, for me, like maybe 20 years, something like 20 years back. Usually a nice little.
It might be close to that now.
It might be.
Really?
Yeah, like the last movie.
I just don't feel that long ago. But anyway, so lastly, I wanted to ask. Now, with the pandemic, you've seen like a lot of industries have been affected because people are not wanting to do those kind of jobs for that industry, and because that year off, a lot of people just kind of been at home thinking, oh, my mental health is good. I feel more energized. I don't want to go back to that job. Now that strike, you think it could also cause a mass exodus with the film industry.
Yeah. I mean, it could make people go more the indie route. Like if they're gonna do that, or just switch careers. I mean, that happens all the time anyway. Like just normal burnout and all that stuff. Be like, yo, I ain't doing this no more.
But I'm trying to tell you, it's a lot of people who make films, make television on the indie circuit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like all those people could go away that are there now. It's not like the other people are waiting to come into those spots. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be a circle.
Well, and if you're going to have a lack of content now, maybe you have a market where it's more proliferation, and you have individual consumers actually looking for independent stuff. I mean, because it's not going to be a niche audience anymore if that's
Right.
what the primary content is going to be. Because that's where most of the good ideas are coming from, or in the good concept stuff. It's from the indie stuff. It always comes from fringes.
So I think it could kind of turn. This is also going to be a beneficial for the indie market.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, this is the time. I'm trying to tell you. I ain't tripping over it. That's just better look on me.
Well, I'm gonna say you're not in a union, so
It don't even matter to me.
now would you ever join a union?
It depends on what kind of benefits I'm going to get. It depends on
apparently
what benefits me.
Their health benefits apparently really good.
Yeah, I ain't talking about that. I'm
Okay,
talking about.
yeah, you gotta be real.
I'm talking about like, I don't know, but I ain't talking about that. It's a whole bunch of other factors into that. I ain't really talking about no benefits. So
what factors you think would work for you?
How much I'm gonna get paid, what I'm gonna be working on, what I'm gonna get out of it, the connections I'm gonna get. It all depends. I'm a little weird on my connections. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain somebody that makes a lot of films for the black community. I ain't gonna say no names, but I don't like that connection. But a lot of people like that person. I don't want to go to that person and work in a studio.
I mean, that was a lot of hints. Oh, you trying to figure out something, Carson?
No.
Anyway,
I had a joke.
Oh,
yeah, well, in that case, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up.
Okay.
So, thank you for all who have listened today. I am Kevin Mumphrey with Fix It in Post with my colleagues Karsten Hyde Ferguson,
Sure.
Victoria V.A. Jones,
Good evening.
and that is a wrap.